Hi everyone, welcome back to the cocktail vlog. I'm Steve the bartender, and today I'm showing you how to make 7 decadent dessert cocktails. All of which include milk or cream. So if you're lactose intolerant, this is probably not the video for you. I'm going to be keeping it short and sweet with each cocktail. They are relatively easy to make. Most of them are 3 ingredients, quick shake and straight up into a glass. So I'm going to get straight onto this cocktail and start with a Brandy Alexander. This one, you can use a cognac or a brandy. I'm using a local brandy from St. Agnes, and if you want, you can measure out equal parts, but I'm going heavy on the brandy, and I've got 60 ml, 2 ounces of brandy, 30 ml, 1 ounce of brown creme de cacao, nice thick chocolatey liqueur, and 30 ml of heavy cream. Ice into the shaker and give it a shake. Into a chilled stemmed cocktail glass. And garnish with nutmeg. And there you have a Brandy Alexander. Cheers. That is rich. Probably could do with maybe a smidge less of the brandy, or maybe a little bit more creme de cacao just to sweeten it up. But if you like brandy, then this is your jam. Now on to cocktail number 2, the Mudslide. There are many different recipes on this one, but I'm going to keep it real simple and measure out 30 ml vodka. Yes, there was a little bit of cream in that shot from my last cocktail, but I've got cream in this cocktail, so it's okay. Bit of cross-contamination. 30 ml, 1 ounce of Kahlua coffee liqueur, and 30 ml, 1 ounce of Bailey's Irish cream liqueur, and 45 ml, 1.5 ounces of cream. And give it a shake. What? Oh. No. And then strain into a coupe glass. Garnish with some grated chocolate. There you have a Mudslide. Cheers. Oh, that's rich, creamy, thick. Little hints of coffee, but it's mainly the Irish cream that is the hero of this drink. Next cocktail is a White Russian, incredibly simple. 3 ingredient cocktail, simply measured over ice. And again, there's a few different ways you can make this. Some people prefer it with a heavy cream, or some prefer with a splash of milk. You can measure it straight in the glass. You can shake it if you like. So it's vodka, Kahlua coffee liqueur, and I'm just going to give it a quick, gentle stir. And then 30 ml of cream, and then just sort of gently pour that over the top. As I mentioned, you can use cream or milk. It's completely up to you, or you can even use half and half. And there you have a White Russian with cream. I've always made my White Russians with milk, but I actually quite like this. This is really rich and creamy. I think you should try milk versus cream, and let me know in the comments below which one you prefer. On to cocktail number 4, the Ace. I'm a little bit unsure of this one because it's a creamy cocktail with egg white. I also saw some of these recipes that include lemon juice, and cream, egg white, and lemon juice, I don't want to try that. So I'm going to start with a London Dry style gin. So I'm using Beefeater and measuring out 60 ml, 2 ounces, followed by 15 ml, half an ounce of house-made Grenadine. Still sounds like just a strange mix to me. 15 ml, half an ounce of cream. Followed by an egg white. Did that backwards. It's got an egg white in it, so I'll dry shake first to emulsify it. Add ice and give it a second shake. I'm doubtful, but I'm also intrigued by this cocktail. And it's also finished with a grated bit of nutmeg. So there you have the Ace. I'm very wary. It's interesting. You get the dryness and the botanicals from the gin, but it's a little bit lackluster because I am doing creamy cocktails, and therefore there's less cream, it's less decadent, it's less rich. But it's still interesting. It's like a strawberry quick Gin Alexander-esque. On to cocktail number 5, the Dirty Banana. I filmed this one a long time ago, and I was actually really surprised at how incredibly popular the video has been. Up until that time, I'd never heard of it, never made it before, so I was quite surprised. This calls for I think most of the recipes I came across call for a white rum, a light rum, but today I'm using Plantation 5, thanks to Emma, and it calls for 60 ml, 2 ounces. There's actually a fair bit of booze in this one. Then we've got a coffee liqueur, we've got Kahlua, 30 ml, 1 ounce, straight into the blender, and Banana Liqueur. If you guys have any suggestions on what I can do with my Banana Liqueur for other cocktails, feel free to comment below. And then we have 30 ml, 1 ounce of cream and 30 ml, 1 ounce of milk. The addition of banana and a little bit of ice. That's only 5 cubes, but they're really large ice cubes. Try and muffle the noise for you guys and give it a few pulses. Actually, the first time I've used this blender, and it's for a home blender, it's pretty decent. Except for those ice chunks. I take it back. Apart from those 2 little ice cubes that are in there, it's pretty smooth. The blender base itself only cost me $30, so I'm not complaining. And for garnish, just a little wedge of banana on the side. And there you have a dirty banana. Cheers. That is potent. You can definitely taste the rum in that one. Little accents of coffee, but banana is the hero. On to the next cocktail, the Toblerone. This brings me back to my first bar job when we made an absolute ton of these. They're a bit of a tacky cocktail, and I haven't made one of these for a long time, but they were incredibly popular, extremely rich back in the day. So I'm going to start with 30 ml, 1 ounce of Kahlua coffee liqueur. So this is equal parts for all the liquor components. 30 ml, 1 ounce of Bailey's Irish Cream. And you can do it as a shaken cocktail, do it blended, completely up to you. And 30 ml, 1 ounce of Frangelico hazelnut liqueur. Then the cream component is 60 ml, 1 ounce. Add some creamy, rich flavor to it. And then we've got a honey syrup. That's just 1:1 honey syrup, 30 ml, 1 ounce. And just a small scoop of ice and give it a blend. Keep in mind, if you're not adding ice or blending it and you prefer to shake it, then I'll probably serve it in a martini glass as opposed to this. And we're going to add a chocolate swirl to the glass. Bit of chocolate syrup, and then rotate the glass as it comes down the side. That worked reasonably well. If you want, you could add some honey syrup to the glass as well, but if you use straight honey, it's going to stick, and as soon as it goes cold, it just doesn't work too well. Fill it to the top and garnish with a flake. So there you have a Toblerone. Cheers. I love the richness of this one. The honey and the hazelnut go really well together. On to the last cocktail of today. I'm making a bourbon milk punch. Sounds like a weird combination of bourbon and milk, but it works surprisingly well with the addition of the sugar. So thank you, Amanda McD, for the Old Forester bourbon. I'm measuring 60 ml, 2 ounces, and adding that straight into the shaker. If you want to, you could split the base and do part bourbon, part rum if you like. Adds a little bit more complexity and some bit of a rum kind of flavor to it. Then we've got 90 ml, or 3 ounces of whole milk, and 30 ml of vanilla syrup. So this is just a 1:1 simple syrup with vanilla extract added to it. Ice into the shaker and give it a shake. Now, some people prefer to serve it over ice, some prefer it neat. Completely up to you. Strain into your glass, over ice, and garnish with grated nutmeg. There you have a bourbon milk punch. Cheers. It's rich, thick, creamy, but I'd say out of all of them, this is the least decadent of the lot. It's just bourbon, milk, sugar, nice and simple. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you let me know in the comments below which cocktail you would prefer, and if you enjoyed today's video, I'll see you soon for another video. Cheers. you.